Hey guys, it's Drew here with Card in My Eye, and welcome to day 5 of the Everyday Flair card series. I'm so sorry this didn't go up last Friday, but I actually went out of town on Friday. It was supposed to be just for a couple hours, but we actually ended up staying out of town for a lot more than a couple hours. So when I got home at like 5 o'clock at night, I had to hurry up and get a blog hop that I was in, had to get the project done, and then by the time I was done and had it all scheduled and posted and such, it was just way too dark to make a card video. And over the weekend, I was gone for to a friend's house while my parents were out of town, so I wasn't able to do the card video until today, so sorry you guys. I hope you can forgive me on that, but I hope today this card will make up for that. So we're going to start off with a 5.5 by 4¼ inch card, and I actually cut the paper to 4¼ by 11, and I'm going to fold it on the side, so you're going to have a side fold card like this, which is sort of an odd folding card. It's not like a traditional fold in a card, but it will still work. And I have some small strips of patterned paper here. These are from, again, the Everyday Flair cards or collection. And I'm going to be stamping a pattern, but I only want the pattern to be above my pattern paper. So I don't want any stamping below my pattern paper. I just want it above. So I'm just going to place this where I want it to go. And just take a Sharpie or something and just lift up your pattern paper and create some little tick marks. That way you know just where your pattern paper is going to end. So I have those two little black marks on either side of our card, or if you can see that. And I'm going to be using this Stampin' Up! Lace background stamp. And I am going to be using just some Versamark ink with that stamp, just because I want a tone-on-tone craft look. And you'll see what I mean by that. I'm going to ink up just one part of the stamp, like this. I don't need it all because I'm only going to be stamping part of it. And place it on the card where my lines are, or attempt to at least. And then I'm just going to smash it down, and I don't think I'm going to need a brayer for this. I could pretty much get it set on the front of the card. So I am just going like that, and I'm not sure if you could see that. It's just a really subtle lace pattern on there, and it just gives your craft paper a little bit of an extra, dimensional kick, I guess you can say. And after we do that, we're going to be placing our patterned papers on there, and it's not going to be very sticky at all. So I'm going to be placing our patterned papers on here like this, and I'm not sure exactly which way I want them to go. I think I'm wanting them to go like this because I'm going to add a scalloped border to the top. So I'm going to add a scalloped border to this yellow piece of patterned paper. Okay, so we just got that little piece or little strip of apron lace punch, I guess you could say, of the yellow cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and adhere that directly down on the card and just make sure it's straight. So I'm going to use my grid mat to go ahead and help me with that. Just align it on either side of your grid mat, just like that. Okay, so you're going to have it straight on there like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this strip right above it. But before I do that, I'm actually going to I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, and I don't know if I want it that wide, actually. I'm thinking maybe just a thinner strip there. I don't really want it as wide as I have it. The scallops, just so you see the yellow scallops peeping out of the top of the card. Like that, and then you can go ahead and open up your card and trim off any excess paper on either side. Okay, so you're going to have something that looks like this, and as you can see, this craft is a little bit different than this one because we did stamp on the top of that craft. And we're actually going to be doing a bit more stamping. We're going to be using this Meyer Road Singleton banner stamp set, and we're going to be using these two open sort of fishtail banners here. So I already have those set on acrylic blocks, and I'm going to stamp them in a pattern across, and I'm actually going to use some Memento Rich Cocoa ink, and I'm starting off with one of them, and I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm going to find the center point of this. So I'm just going to it's going to go right underneath the pattern paper. I'm going to find the center point, And I'm going to stamp it in the center right underneath the pattern paper, like that. So you're going to have one little banner, and then you're going to repeat it all the way down, and you're going to switch off from either stamp, because we do have two different styles of stamps. So you're going to switch it off and do the banners all the way down the whole piece. Then we're going to have our little tiny banners all the way going across, and I think that looks so fun. And I think I'm actually going to add a little bit of ribbon across here, so let me go decide on what ribbon I want to use. Alrighty, so I decided on going with some gray, half-inch wide grosgrain ribbon, and it's just going to go across right about there on our card. So I'm going to take that and go ahead and use my black Sharpie marker and just go right underneath, just so I know where I want my cut line to be, because I'm going to have to cut into my pattern paper. So I know I need like a half-inch hole, so you could either use a craft knife, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do, or you could use just a basic scissors and cut a hole out. So I'm going to take my craft knife and cut down the seam of your card. So you're going to have this little hole. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that little tiny hole, but that hole is going to allow us to slide some ribbon through. Ribbon through the fold of our card and tie it on the front of our card. So okay, so you're just gonna have this little card so far, and I love the colors of the card. I think that the gray just is another neutral tone that adds to the piece. So I think that just for a final touch, I am going to, I'm not sure if I'm going to add a saying to this. I might. I think I'm going to go ahead and add one down here. So I grabbed one of my favorite stamp sets. This is the Heidi Grace set, and I think I want to use this Dearest Friend, or possibly even the Thinking of You stamp, and just add it probably right about there. So I'm going to use the Thinking of You for this effect. So you're going to be balancing out the bow. And lastly, I am just going to be adding some white gel pen to the card. So I think that the white gel pen is just going to be going around this top section here, and I don't think I'm going to add any to the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and add some white gel pen dashed lines around the top section. Alrighty, so I finished the gel pen around the top of the card, and I think the last touch I'm going to do is just round these bottom two corners using my corner chomper, and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch corner chomp, and I'm just going to round these bottom two corners, and I think that that will just finish off our card. So I hope you enjoyed the last day of the Everyday Flair card series, and don't forget to check out the other 4 videos and my blog in the down bar below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will catch you all next time. Bye!